Good morning, hello everybody. I'm saying good morning, but it's actually lunchtime here, so this is another later cast on. Hello and welcome to the little Likac 12 cast ons of Christmas 2024/2025. My name is Amanda and I'm coming to you from Derby in the UK, and this is a part of the make along run by Ange of Yarn and Yarns. And the way I do it is that I cast on 12 new projects over 12 days, starting on Christmas Eve, going through to the 4th of January. So today is day 6, I believe. Yay! And obviously yesterday's cast on was a little bit disastrous, but it wasn't. It all worked out fine in the end. So what I cast on yesterday, originally I planned to cast on today. And so this morning I have procrastinated a little bit about what to cast on. But I have decided, I've made my decision. And today I'm going to cast on Run by Rachel Ilsley. Now this is another one of the patterns that I gave you guys, or the projects that I gave you guys a little bit of choice over. I had 2 different Colourwork sweaters that I wanted to cast on. And you guys voted for the easier one, the one that takes a lot fewer colours. Hang on one second, my husband is calling me. Right, okay, and we're back. So the yarn I am using for this is this big cone of, I believe, because it's not got a label on it, but I believe this was bought many years ago, and it is King Cole Merino 4-ply. And I have a big massive cone of that, so that's going to be my main colour. Yes, I did confess that this has been in storage for a while, and I've had it a long time, but so I'm looking, it's a little bit dusty on top. It's definitely going to need a wash before it gets warm. But yeah, and I'd wound off a few bits and things because where there had been potentially a little bit of moth damage. Anyway, because there was a cone of pink as well that had been left out in the garage, and that, yeah, I just threw that. But this one had been in a bag. So I'm hoping it is going to be okay. I don't want to throw this one as well. You know, I've wound off a little bit, and as I say, there was part of me thinking perhaps I should wind it and wash it before I use it, but I think it's in a lot of ways it's actually going to be easier to wash it once the garment is made. We'll see how I feel as I go. Anyway, I will use these probably to do a bit of a gauge swatch, and then I have this as the contrast colour, and this has also been in my stash for a long time, but this one's not got any damage. I just think, I've got a feeling, because these cones were quite big, they didn't fit in the box properly, and they got perhaps, yeah. Whereas I am much more careful now, making sure everything that's in the garage is sealed in plastic, which I don't like particularly using, but I try and reuse plastic bags, and then sealed in boxes. Anyway, so this one is Shopple Crazy Zauberball in the colourway number 2254, which knits up like that, and I think it's going to make a lovely contrast to this. But as I say, I think I do need to do a bit of a gauge swatch. It's knitted in the round, and I was just looking as well, I need 2.75mm needles, 3.25mm needles. It says with various size cables, so we'll see how we go. I'm hoping that I might have to magic loop to begin with. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Hopefully it won't be a disaster like yesterday. I am staying at home, so if I have to change things around, I've got more options to be able to do that. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Hello. Well, today isn't going a lot better than yesterday as far as casting on goes. It is 10 to 3 and all I've managed to do is literally the cast on. That's it, the cast on row. So I spent quite a lot of time this morning searching for needles that were going to be the right size, because I needed 2.75mm circular needles. I eventually found one pair that were short circulars, and even they were slightly too long, and they were terrible needles. I don't know where they'd come from originally, but the joining between the cable and the needle was thicker than the actual needle, so I couldn't get the stitches over it. Anyway, so I've cast on using double pointed needles and it's only like 10 rows of rib to get started, and then I move on to the 3.25mm. I did do a gauge swatch for the 3.25mm needles, and they do seem to be fine for gauge. However, a friend of mine from Knit Group is having a bit of a de-stash on her Knit Pro needles, and I have arranged with her to buy quite a few of her Knit Pro Symphony needle interchangeable needles and a few cables, so I'm popping to her house now to go and get those. Yeah, and then hopefully we will at least get the ribs done on this sweater, and I'm not sure that much more will get done by the time I've done 9 rows of the rib. But yeah, anyway, let's go get these needles. Hello, it is 10:15 and I've only just started to record this. I've been watching TV with my daughter. We watched a film actually tonight. We watched Atonement, and she's been crocheting on her blanket. I am going to get her to show you that blanket soon. Actually, it's crocheting up beautifully. So yeah, and I've been waiting to film this because I've been trying for about the last 3 hours to sort out my podcast that I filmed earlier today, and I keep glancing down because I'm having issues with getting it out of the software that I use to edit and back onto my iPad to be able to upload it to YouTube. I've ended up deleting lots of apps off the iPad because it's telling me I haven't got enough storage, and normally I just delete a few apps, do what I need to do, and then reinstall those apps. But anyway, it's just taking a very long time tonight. So, all right, I did go to my friend's house. I picked up a whole load of Knit Pro needles that she was having a de-stash of. Got about 9 pairs of needle tips and 3 cables from her. Fabulous, so thank you so much, Vicky. And then I came home and I did carry on. All I have done is the neck rib for this sweater. As I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, so if I'm repeating myself, I'll try and edit something out. But the cable that I started to use earlier just was horrific, or not the cable, the needle I was using earlier. The cable on it was awful. They were cheap bamboo ones, probably from eBay, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And that 2.75mm needle one was just awful. So I've thrown that away. And instead I cast on using DPNs, which I think did make it a bit slower. And it's twisted rib as well, also makes it slower. But I have now gone on to the 3.75mm needles, and these are needle tips from Vicky today, yay! And I've done the first increase row, and what I should do now is the beginning of the short row shaping. So I thought, you know, I'm going to leave that now while I'm watching the film with my daughter, and I've gone on to making mystical lanterns again. So I've done 1 lantern, and it's 10:15. Hopefully I will be able to upload the main podcast and upload this tonight. I don't know if this is going to get uploaded tonight, but anyway, we'll have to wait and see. It might be tomorrow morning before this goes up. Right, thank you for joining me yet again, and all the lovely comments and likes and new subscribers, and I will see you tomorrow for what will be day 7. Thank you. Bye.